I was talking earlier about this shake that I make every morning that I call my power shake. I make it for me and my son. I started about a week ago. And over the years, I've done a little variation of this shake, but I decided to come up with a number of these ingredients. And I make a shake for me and him. So I'm going to get a little shake and give everybody in the group here a taste of it. What I did was I have some cantaloupes. Okay. Squeeze some in here. I'm not sure if I want to use all of that. I have some papaya. And it's not mangoes. Don't get them confused. I have some apples here and some pears. Okay, so I put some apples. I put some pears. I have a kiwi. Put a few pieces of that. I have some grapes. I put some carrots. Little pieces of carrots. And of course, it's not complete without some bananas. Okay, so I put at least a piece of banana. And I put a little bit of extra things in there. I do, for instance, coconut milk. I love coconut milk. Being an island girl, I kind of like my coconut milk. I could be any brand of coconut milk, unsweetened. And I just pour a little bit in here. Just a little bit. Get some almond milk. You could use other type of milk. I just don't want to go the dairy route, so I like my almond milk. I usually, for energy, I shake up my noonie juice and get natural 100% noonie juice from Belize, from Roy Cayetano's distillery. And I put about 3 capfuls. Pack you with some energy. I put a little garlic, not garlic, I'm sorry. Oh, don't put garlic, not if you don't want to ruin the taste. I mean, it's good for you, but you don't want to ruin the taste. Ginger. So I put a little ginger in here. And I put it on my... You might want to put ice and make like a little icy thing to it. I don't necessarily like it with the ice. And of course you could let it blend even better than I did. But just to kind of get this moving, I'm going to have the crew here taste a little bit of this and tell me what you think.
A little bit for me. Very, very little. That's it.
And of course I get the bigger portion. Okay, come on folks. Simple.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God. That's my funny.
Come on, I promise you, it's not as bad as you might be thinking. Actually,
See?
it's pretty tasty.
You want to taste it? Come on, here.
Okay. What do you think?
Good and refreshing.
Very refreshing, right? And it's fresh.
Good.
It's fresh, yeah.
And it took less than 5 minutes to make.
You love it?
Fresh. Yeah, it's good.
Good. Wonderful.
It packs you with power, I'm telling you. So now, I feel refreshed. Thank you very much for joining us on Caribbean House Talk. If you have questions or issues that you want us to cover on the show, you can write to us at CUEXTV1@gmail.com. You can see it on your screen below. Thank you very much and goodbye. Bye-bye. We're going to be making for you Spicy Island Rum Punch. And my helper today is Miss Harrison, Hyacinth Harrison. So what I'm going to do is pour in this glass, in this bowl right here. I'm going to pour probably about 2 cups of orange juice with some lemon juice. I really would do more lemon juice than this, but I didn't pick up enough. Grenadine syrup. Put probably about, no, put about 1.5 cups. Some people put, I know I do, I put a little bit of nutmeg. I just like the smell, especially when you let it sit for a little while. We have a rum from St. Vincent and the Grenadines called Sunset Rum, very strong rum. and it's 84.5% alcohol. This thing can run a train. Let me tell you, if you drink this, you cannot drink this raw. It will strip your mouth. Okay? So this is the kind of thing in the islands we have this saying that we say this is going to make your chest grow hair, even if you're a woman. Okay? So it's very strong stuff. So we're going to put about a cup of this in the punch. Some people wouldn't use this because this is specific to St. Vincent, but some people would use Bacardi. So I typically like to put both. So I will put some Bacardi and mix it all up. Okay. I'm going to taste and see, because I like to taste my liquor. When I drink liquor, I like to taste it. Okay, put a little bit more Bacardi. Okay. And that's what you have. Grenadine syrup, rum of your choice, or you can put a couple of different types of rum, orange juice, lemon juice, a little nutmeg. Some people might put a little cinnamon. I don't necessarily care for the cinnamon, but I love the nutmeg. And when this thing sits overnight, you will have a delicious little punch.
Let me pass it around to the ladies who are going to drink it. They need ice. Nobody?
I don't want any, I can't drink.
Okay, I'll taste it. Delicious.
Thank you. If you let this sit tomorrow with everything in it, and it gets a little bit what we call ripe, that's when you want to taste how it tastes. That's it, folks. That's Caribbean rum punch. And you know, people have different ways of putting it in. Like for instance, you can put a little orange rind or things in it, whatever you want to spice it up with. That's it for this edition of Caribbean House Talk. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome back to Caribbean House Talk. And in our kitchen today is the beautiful and intelligent Rashida Smith, attorney and counselor at law. And whoever said that beauty and brains do not mix, they're lying, because she is beautiful, she is very intelligent, and she is my daughter. And she can cook. So, Rashida, you're going to be doing with us today a special spinach dip. That you are famous for making in the family. And you came by this dip because we went to Applebee's, and we love the Applebee's spinach dip, spinach artichoke dip. And so you found a way to kind of, replicate it. And so you're going to make it that dish for us. So let me be your helper. So you'll let me know what you're doing and what I need to help you with.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by stating the ingredients that you will need. You'll need minced garlic, whipped cream cheese, artichoke, chopped spinach, and the Italian 5 cheese. It usually says Italian 5 cheese on the bag, and then also Alfredo sauce.
Okay. So
I like to start off with my Alfredo sauce. Pour it right into the bowl. Then I like to put my spinach, and you do everything to your taste. Some people like a lot of spinach, some people do not.
Is this about a pack? So you have a bottle of...
This is about... I'm horrible with measurements, but you just do it to taste. This is, about half of a pack of frozen chopped spinach. The artichoke, they usually come in a small jar, and it comes in like a vinaigrette, and I usually wash that off and chop up the artichoke. So I add that in.
So do you add the whole bottle or just some?
About half as well.
Bottle. Okay.
And then the whipped cream cheese, I usually do half as well. And it's important that it's whipped cream cheese, because if you do the regular cream cheese, it will tend not to mix properly. And then the garlic, you do it
That's
to
a lot of
taste.
garlic.
You don't have to put the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you add that to taste. That garlic does give it a nice taste, I find. So I start to mix that in. And then I mix in the 5 cheese. So the
This
Italian,
is Italian
5
5
cheese.
cheese. Okay.
So I do an entire pack of this. And I also do an entire jar of the Alfredo sauce. I mix this together very well, and you want to make sure that it's evenly mixed. After you mix that up, you place it
In the jar.
in a pan.
In a pan, rather. In the jar. In the pan.
And I just like to really make sure that it's mixed. I mean, obviously this is not something that has to be smooth because you have so many textured items like the artichoke and the spinach in there.
Oh, well, it's good.
And then you want to make sure that you preheat your oven to 350 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I will sort of smooth this out. And as you can see, that was fairly quick.
And
This
as
is how
is
it's
the
going
magic
to
of
look when it's in the pan, and then you
the magic of television.
place it in the oven. And then as magic will have it, we have one that's done already. And here's the finished product. You want to
Okay.
make sure that it's a little golden brown on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pair it with some Tostito nacho chips. And you're good to go. You bake it for about 25 minutes, or until you see that it's golden brown on the top.
Very good.
And there you have it. That's the spinach artichoke dip, which is great for, you know, if you have a football game and you just want a little snack or whatever it is. Here it is.
Very good. Very, very good. Oh boy. Applebee's has nothing on you. Alright, so that's it for today's edition of Caribbean House Talk. We thank you for joining us, and we look forward to bringing you another edition of Caribbean House Talk. Goodbye.
Today I get the pleasure of doing the cooking session, and I'm actually not even going to cook. I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to make a dessert today. It's a version of a strawberry shortcake, but a quick and easy one for all you working people who are just want to do things fast, but you like a nice light dessert. Typically I do this for our 4th of July holiday, but a lot of my relatives and friends, they like it anytime, and it's so light, so I do it whenever I feel like it. And as I said, it was a version of strawberry shortcake, but you can put anything in it. Today I'm going to use strawberries. I've sliced them different ways, 2 different ways. One are sliced across in slices, and the other is just cut in half. Doesn't matter. In addition, I'm going to use some blueberries. Blueberries are very healthy for you. So I have these. I have whipped cream that goes on it. And the twist here is a raspberry jello or raspberry gelatin. Okay? And I just follow the instructions for the gelatin box. You know, you just kind of mix it with hot and cold water, and then you let it form to a gel. It gives it a sweetness because strawberries have a tendency, at least nowadays, they're not very sweet. So this gives it a nice sweet touch. If you wanted to, you can actually take the strawberries and kind of stew them down with a little bit of brown sugar or regular sugar and let that make a nice syrup for you instead of using the gelatin. Also, sometimes I mix strawberries and bananas because I like that flavor too. Now, these ingredients, of course, are going to go on a pound cake. I did it the quick and easy way with pound cake instead of making it. Okay, I bought one. Nobody has to know. And I just sliced this one in half. Many times I'll slice it the long way and layer it on top, but just doing it this way for today. It doesn't really matter. So basically the first step is to just take the gelatin and just kind of put it there and smooth it on top of your pound cake. I usually like to have my gelatin a little bit more juicier. I don't like it when it gels so much, my Jell-O here, but it really doesn't matter. In fact, what I also could have done is I could have taken the strawberries and the blueberry, any of my fruit, and put it inside the Jell-O and then let that gel with it. It's whatever you choose to do. I'm going to add some blueberries. Like this. If you wanted to half them, cut them in half, you can do so, but it doesn't really matter. It's whatever your preference is. Okay. And then I'm going to also add some of these sliced strawberries that I have and put them on there. And I just thought about it. I kind of, many times I like to do it the other way. It doesn't matter what you add first, what you add second. It's all the same. So I'm going to add some more of my strawberries. I like strawberries, so I kind of put a lot. I like them actually better than I do the blueberries. And my hands are clean, don't worry. Okay. And then, of course, once you add some strawberries, next, some of the whipped cream. I'm a big whipped cream person. I love whipped cream. And if I didn't say it before, strawberry shortcake, of course, is my most favorite strawberry dessert, my favorite type of cake. And I don't always do it in a cake fashion too. I like it just in a bowl when I take my strawberries and my berries and my bananas, any fruit I have, peaches, I mix them all up. I'll usually at that point I'll make like a sauce, as I mentioned earlier, from the strawberries, and I'll stew that down, and then I just use whipped cream, and I have that as a nice light dessert without the pound cake. Of course, if Amalfi were right here, she'd be like, why didn't you do that? You don't need the pound cake. But yes, I am doing it with the pound cake today. And of course, I'm trying to make it pretty. You don't have to. And since I sliced it in half this way, I'm just going to put a topper on it. Okay. And then with the topper, again, I'm going to use a little bit of gelatin, the Jell-O. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be fancy. It just gotta taste good. Now, if I was making this again for the 4th of July, I'd actually take the strawberries, and that's what I saw on the internet. You take the strawberries and you can kind of shake them. The Cool Whip serves as the white on a flag, and the strawberries will serve as a, the red stripes going through on the flag. Then the blueberries can serve as your stars, 50 states. Okay. And then I will drop some of my blueberries again. Okay. And my slices. Damn, I told you I love my strawberries. Nice whipped cream. You know, and if you have some berries or your blueberries or your strawberries, they fall off on the side, it's okay. It kind of just gives it a nice look to have them off on the side. People tend to like go for those there on the side. So the ones that I kind of sliced in half, I'm just kind of putting them on here in a nice little design. Again, make sure your hands are clean. We're very, cleanliness is important. And that's just to kind of make it look pretty. Just putting them, and that's why I sliced them this way, angular. And give it a cute little design there. There we go. And
that is actually gorgeous. And
nice.
I've had this cake, so I know it's very tasty. And it's light. It's not heavy.
very light. I drop a little bit, just a little, just kind of making it kind of cute a little bit. Dropping a little bit on the sides here. And that is pretty much it. Hope you can get that. Nice little strawberry shortcake. Quick little design here.
Wow.
Some fruit. And believe me, it's gonna be delicious.
I've had this, so
Yummy.
trust me, guys. It's very light. It's very tasty. And today we're going to be making scrumptious macaroni and cheese. And I have to say, because she won't forgive me, this is my daughter's recipe. Basically what we did, we took a box of our noodles. It could be any brand of noodles, but basically this, I'm talking more about the type of noodles. And people vary from, one type to another. I usually get a small box of mac and cheese. Again, I don't care what brand. And I'll tell you why I'm doing that in a minute. So I boil the noodles, drain them, and then I make a sauce. And the sauce is made with about 4 ounces of mild cheddar cheese and an ounce of 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. So I kind of put, everybody it's about their taste, but I kind of put more sharp. I like the taste of the sharp cheddar cheese than the mild. And I put half of this, a full pack of sharp. I put a half of Velveeta. I put a can or so of cream cheese, or regular cream cheese. I take some Larry's seasoned salt and sprinkle it into this mixture to taste. I usually put in the pot some evaporated milk. Some people, if you're more health conscious and which I recommend, and you want to do something with less fat, you could use almond milk or low-fat milk. You can use a low-fat version of the cream cheese. And basically what I do is I put the milk, let it get hot. I add the cream cheese, the Velveeta, the sharp and mild cheddar, the Larry's seasoned salt, and I just stir it until it mixes. Stir it until it mixes into this nice cheesy mixture. And then I pour it over the mac and cheese, okay, like so. Take it all out. When I get everything in there, because I love my mac and cheese really nice and cheesy. I like to taste the different variation of cheeses. I also, what I do with the sauce, which I started to tell you, is I get the little mixture that comes with the mac and cheese, and I put about 1 to a half, I would say half of it in there. So I usually get that just so I could add that extra variation of cheesiness to this mixture. So I mix it all in here, scrape it all in there. You don't want to waste, this is precious stuff. And then I just basically mix it like so. I mix it into the noodles. Mix it into the noodles. Okay. Alright, and it's getting really nice and cheesy. Real nice and cheesy. Oozing cheeses. And so I put it into this baking thing here. Okay. And this is going to be dinner for me today. Ooh, nice cheesy mixture. Alright, so once that's done, Spread it out in this baking tray. I then take a little bit of breadcrumbs. Doesn't matter what brand. Again, we're not about brands here. We're just giving you the ingredients, and you can pick whatever brand you prefer. And a lot of what we're trying to do here is about taste. Some people like a lot of Larry's to get that taste. Some people like less cheese. Some people need the more health-conscious version with low fat or with the almond milk instead of regular milk. And then we just sprinkle some of the breadcrumbs into on the top of this. That's going to make it nice and crunchy. And of course, as the magic of television would have it, we're going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees and probably for about an hour or so. And stick it in there. And magic of television, we have another one finished for you. Of course, it's more in the interest of time. And this is the one that we have. I'm going to just take a little sample out of it. Just taste this. Don't want to burn my mouth, but I have to sample to see if it measured up. Very good, very good. I think mine is very similar to my daughter's, and I said that those are some big shoes to fill. So thank you for watching Caribbean House Talk. Please join us in the next edition of Caribbean House Talk. If you have show ideas or questions or things you want us to discuss on the show, you can always write to us at CUEXTV1@gmail.com. That's the email address on the screen below. That's CUEXTV1@gmail.com. Thank you and see you next time. We're going to make something called Punch a Cream. Punch a Cream, if you will, is a English-speaking Caribbean version of coquito. We don't put the coconut milk in it, but most of the other ingredients are the same. Okay, in this bowl, the concoction here is about 4 cups of 14-ounce condensed milk. Doesn't matter what brand. And then you have about 2 to 3 cups of evaporated milk. You put it in here, and you kind of mix it up. Then you have about 3 eggs that you beat. The eggs, a little bristly. Let's beat them. Add that to the mixture. Okay. Continue. Go ahead to continue to mix this. Yep.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of nutmeg. That's just my personal thing. Now, with us Caribbean folks, a lot of times we do eye and mouth measurement, meaning we'll look at something and just have an idea how much to put, which is not helpful when you're trying to make it. So that's why I'm trying to do something a little different here and try to give you. So that's about 4 cups of condensed milk, about 2 to 3 cups of evaporated milk, a little dash of nutmeg or something to your taste. I'm going to take that rum we spoke about in the earlier show called Sunset Strong Rum. It's 84.5% alcohol. Very strong. This is the thing that even the men can't drink this. So this is about a little over a cup. I would say maybe about a cup and a half. I also love my Bacardi, and that's more popular because you could get your Bacardi any place. So you don't have to go to St. Vincent. This one is special to St. Vincent. Okay? So we pour some Bacardi, and we just mix it. That's a lot of liquor. And to make it go a little bit,
Go ahead, whisk.
let's whisk it up a little bit. Okay. I have no shame to my game when it comes to my drinks. If I want to drink something mild, I'll drink a glass of wine. If I want to drink something that has some liquor, I want to taste my liquor. So I, tend to want to put a good bit of liquor in the punch of cream or rum punch. Okay. And so you keep stirring that. You gotta keep stirring that a little bit more because it's gonna leave a little slimy stuff. So you kind of, what you kind of do? You kind of beat it.
Okay.
And I help mix it up.
Do you ever put it in a blender?
That would be helpful too.
Okay, so you can use a blender.
You could use a blender, yeah. But me, I just like to whisk it, but I sometimes like to do everything the hard way. So that's about 4 cups of condensed milk, about 2 to 3 cups of evaporated milk, a little dash of nutmeg, about 3 eggs, and about 1.5 cups of, you could say about 2 cups of rum, depending on the strength of the rum, or to your taste. Okay, some people would just stick with the Bacardi. Some people would like the My Island Sunset rum, or any variation of rum. It depends on how strong you like it. So once we do that, I would then get 2 glasses here. And my dear Caroline, we are going to sample. And I know you're not driving, right?
No,
when you get out of the
that's
studio
enough.
today, you're
yeah,
going.
that's good for right
Okay,
now.
so that's good for right now.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. I am going to. Okay, now. I like to think I could hold my liquor. My kids differ. But whether or not I could hold my liquor.
Punch
But
your
cheers
cream.
to Caribbean house
Yes, Caribbean house stock.
stock. Now, with most of these types of drinks, the rum punch and the punch of cream, you let it sit
Cold.
overnight, and it takes all the different spices like the nutmeg or whatever you put in it, and it tastes so much better the next day. So here's to Caribbean house talk and our punch of cream, straight from the Caribbean. Now, if you have other ideas or recipes or issues for the show, you can feel free to email us at CUEXTV1@gmail.com, and we'd be happy to, you put that idea on our show, or if we use your idea, we will send you a little surprise gift. So be sure to include your address. Thank you so much for joining us and Caribbean House Talk, and we're about to roll off of here with our punch of cream.
Holiday
Cheers.
drink.